Dan, if you can take us through the last few seconds in the game-tying goal. You went with your two most offensive-minded defensemen on that face-off. What was the strategy there, and what about the execution didn't you like in the last few seconds?
Both of those defensemen are out there on every situation. They're out there. They play 5-on-6. They're both guys that are using, defensive situations as well. Yeah, you get into a situation like that, you're gonna also, if you have possession, pressure is gonna be coming. We feel like the goal is to keep possession, and the goalie doesn't come out of the net. It didn't happen. So, and then on the play, we got it. We tried to make a play there. It ends up going in. They pulled the goalie, and they got space to get it to the net. And so, yeah, obviously, it can't happen. But that's the question being, for who's out on the ice. That's it. The line that was out there was the same line that was out there for a good chunk there of the 5-on-6 as well.
Dan, with Shilov struggling so mightily in shootouts all year, would you give any thought to subbing in Jari for a shootout the next time Shilovs is in?
We're gonna keep working on the shootouts.
Artur's overall played a much better game compared to his previous two outings. Just what do you think was different for him tonight compared to those previous two games?
Yeah, it was definitely better. I think even just in the first period, just you had to, make some saves. I thought he got into the game. I think he looked himself. He's had a couple of good weeks of practice too, and so I would attribute that to the work that he's been putting in.
Going back to the shootouts, what more can you do? Because it's not like you're not practicing them, and at this point, when you're really not getting any goals, how do you decide who goes out there? Because, Crosby struggled the last 2 years, and he's going out there still. So how hard are those decisions?
No, we're going to continue to evaluate from game to game. We're going to look at. There's a lot of things that get looked at. You look at our guys, the options that we have. You're going to look at the goalie in the other net, and if there's anything where you think there could be an advantage. Obviously, we went with a couple of different guys there as well tonight, and so we're going to continue to work on them.
Tommy Novak scores another one tonight. He has 7 points in his last 6 games. Just how valuable has he been with his lineup versatility, just given all the injuries? And how do you feel like he's molded into that top 6 for you guys?
Yeah, Tommy's playing well. I think he's. You can see he's attacking the game with the puck. He's making plays. He's doing it. I think he's playing well at both ends of the ice. I think he's a guy that if you go out throughout the course of the year, he's gotten a lot of chances. He's been pretty consistent in terms of getting to those areas. I think he's getting to the inside even more. He's getting a lot more looks, from right around the net. And so, yeah, we're happy with his play.
Dan, you guys had a lot of chances in regulation as well. What did you need to do more of tonight to get a couple more across the line?
We'll look at the game. There'll be things that afterwards we'll look at and can be more specific with it. I think the big thing that stood out there, that there was a lot of pucks right around the net there that we didn't get an opportunity to get to. But I don't know, to look again at what the final shots were. I think that there was good chances. I think it's just continuing it. I think we probably passed up some opportunities to shoot. There was some times there where we got moving around the outside. We had good zone time, but we weren't getting it to the net as much as we could.
What do you think can be done about the shootout struggles you guys have had so far?
I don't know. We've got to find ways to score goals. We're not helping our goalies. I think just, find ways to get that first one and just try to put the pressure on the other team. That's basically all you can do in a shootout.
Is it something you can practice and really get better at when you are shooting on your own goalies? You know each other well.
Yeah, I think you can. I think it's something we do practice, and it's one of those things that we've got to be better at. Those are important points.
What do you think happened at the end, the 0.1 seconds left?
When are you going to see that happen again?
Yeah.
I'd have to watch it. I don't really know. I think that, they went to pull their goalie and we kind of fumbled the puck near their blue line. They had a rim that was 8 feet high that somehow ended up they were able to handle and try a play, and they got a bounce. I mean, point one left. So I mean, it's crazy. We did a lot of good things tonight. It's unfortunate.
You guys have had trouble with closing out games in the third. Is that something where that still gives you concern, or is that just such a weird circumstance that?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be reasons. We just got to find a way to close them out. When you get in those situations late in games, it's not usually pretty. I mean, I think in this case, with the power play, with it just being even, we got to find a way just to keep the puck out of our net.
You guys did have a lot of chances in regulation and overtime. What needed to happen? What did you need to do to get one more across the line?
Yeah, good question.
Try.
I think we do a good job in controlling the puck and tiring them out. It's hard to defend when you're tired. We all know that, and maybe get a little bit more traffic in front of the net and get a few more dirty goals instead of shots from the perimeter with no one in front, and you need a perfect shot for it to go in. Maybe create a little bit more chaos by the time that the opponent gets tired, and we're controlling play, and it's looking good sometimes, but it doesn't really generate much.
Just the only goal at the end of regulation there.
I mean, it's like bad bounce. I didn't really see where it bounced from, just on a replay. Everyone tries to do their best and things happen like that.
Just what was your reaction when the referees go over, make the call, review, all that? Just disbelief or just shock, surprise, anything?
It's part of the game. It happens. Just had to keep it going. Maybe create something in overtime, and hit the post. Didn't happen, and lost in the shootout.
Artie, what is your confidence level right now going into shootouts?
I feel pretty good. He did a pretty good move. It's not much to say.
This game went, the result notwithstanding, this game went much better for you individually than the previous two games. Just how good do you feel just from that standpoint? Again, you guys lose the game, but just individually, do you feel any better compared to the past two?
Yeah, I felt much better. I felt like I'm seeing more puck. I felt pretty well-rounded today. Yeah, felt like just from the week of building into practice, I felt good, and it translated in the game.
What can you do to get better at shootouts? Is it just needing to practice it more? Are you doing any off-ice work to look at what's gone wrong?
I mean, they scored one, we didn't score any, so, you can practice as many as you can, but, yeah, sure you can practice, but, I can be better, we can be better in general, and, yeah, I think we're going to find a way.
You guys have lost a few games like this late in regulation. Just how do you feel like you guys have responded this season after tough losses like this?
Yeah, you just have to take a positive from this game. I think we played really well. Maybe some bounce is not the way we wanted to go, but I think overall we played well. I think offensively, defensively, guys did a great job on. There's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1. I think they were doing a good job. Yeah, I just think take a positive, process it, and just get ready for the next game.